It's Friday night before the Royal Rumble. I wish I was alive, but we are live, man. What on earth was that ending to SmackDown, man? My God. I didn't know what was going on. I felt like I was in a time warp. Felt like I warped back to Monday night. Watching Raw. One Raw is enough. Not two, Bruce. The Royal Rumble is Sunday. We are going to go over all the late-breaking news going into the Royal Rumble. Who will be there? Who won't be there? Who will win? Who I want to win? What WrestleMania is looking like at this hour? And Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, unbelievable tonight. Very excited about what they have in store for us at the Royal Rumble on Sunday. Are you guys ready to rumble? I think so, man. That's what we do here. This is your Friday night post show for the only podcast you need right here on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday night post show for SmackDown, January 29th, 2021. We are 2 days away from the Royal Rumble. No matter what happens in WWE this week, no matter what happened on Raw, no matter what happened on SmackDown, I'm still excited for the Royal Rumble, man. And the WWE, no matter how little they have given us for the Royal Rumble build, they've gotten lazier as the years gone on. But no matter what WWE gives us, I think everybody watching the show is genuinely excited because it was the one show during our childhood growing up that we all just fell in love with. We know the importance of the Royal Rumble. We know the significance of the winner going to WrestleMania and what that means for somebody. I just hope WWE does the right thing this year and really makes the Rumble like they did last year. I will give them credit. WWE last year for the Royal Rumble, they booked an incredible Royal Rumble. I wouldn't put it in the list of greatest Royal Rumbles of all time, but what they did is they got somebody in Drew McIntyre, and they built the entire Royal Rumble around him and put him over and used Brock Lesnar as a catalyst, being the WWE champion. And the WWE champion hardly is ever in the Royal Rumble competing. It's usually those in the Rumble competing to fight against the WWE champion or the Universal champion, so be it. They did a beautiful job at making sure that Drew McIntyre was larger than life in the Royal Rumble. And they used Brock Lesnar as that catalyst, which was great. I don't know what the catalyst in the Royal Rumble is this year. I don't know what WWE has planned this year. I've been pushing for the Daniel Bryan narrative for months now. Probably going back to early December, probably even before that, to be quite honest with you. I've been pushing the Daniel Bryan narrative for many, many months. Before you even heard about it, before his name even got brought up as a potential winner, I've been pushing for it pretty much ever since Roman Reigns turned heel. And Roman Reigns has been looking for competition on SmackDown. Daniel Bryan's the only one on that show that really fits the bill. And going into WrestleMania, it is absolutely, whether you agree with me or not, I just don't give a shit. It's my show. You want to have your own opinions, go and start your own show. But what I say here is strictly my opinion. Most of the time, that opinion is probably the most logical decision that the WWE could make, and Daniel Bryan winning the Royal Rumble is the most logical decision that WWE can make on Sunday night. Not Shinsuke Nakamura, not Big E, not Seth Rollins, not Cesaro, or like the geeks on social media tonight already pushing for Braun Strowman to win the Royal Rumble. Do you want WrestleMania to be an absolutely fucking horrendous show? Braun Strowman does not belong near a title picture ever. He's a one-trick pony. We don't need that in the Royal Rumble. Go run fast somewhere else, not to WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan winning the Royal Rumble makes the biggest impact at WrestleMania. Simple. The story is there with Roman. I have pushed this narrative for months. WWE scared the living shit out of us on Legends Night with Bill Goldberg. By the way, might as well start this stream off in the most positive of manners. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Fuck him. Goldberg came back at Legends Night, scared the living shit out of us. Whether he wins the WWE title or not, I don't know. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan's winning the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre, let me tell you something, man. Drew McIntyre is very short on opponents going into WrestleMania. Having Bill Goldberg going into WrestleMania as WWE champion makes absolutely no sense at all in any aspect. Business-wise, it doesn't make sense. Logical, creative-wise, doesn't make sense. Who is he going into WrestleMania to wrestle as the WWE champion? I don't really get that. Goldberg versus Edge? Are we going to do Spear versus Spear? Do you really want Edge to be retired forever? I know I don't. And that match doesn't sound good, not even on paper. Can you imagine the real life thing if that happened? Give me a break. Give me a fucking break, man. Goldberg serves no purpose at all against anybody at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan's winning the Royal Rumble on Sunday night. That's it. Sticking to my guns. I wrote it out for months. Might as well just see it through. What type of podcaster and analyst would I be if I'm changing my opinion now? They did a nice wrench in the gears type moment on Monday Night Raw with Edge coming back. He could be a dark horse. But Edge getting to WrestleMania could definitely happen in other ways. We don't need the Royal Rumble. I don't want somebody that's been out all year like Edge, 50 years old or so, to come back and win the Royal Rumble. I don't think that serves as a good WrestleMania moment for me. We've seen that already. Daniel Bryan's never won a Royal Rumble. What story does Edge have going up against anybody winning the Royal Rumble? Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns is the greatest story that WWE can tell right now. I want, you want, we need engaging stories. And before Daniel Bryan semi-retires, that needs to be squared up. I've said this time and time and time again. You're going to hear it going into Mania. Roman Reigns, the fall of Roman Reigns for 6 years. Why did that happen? Daniel Bryan. It happened because of Bryan and the Yes Movement. We always wanted Bryan to be the guy. WWE forced Roman on us. We always wanted someone like Bryan. Now Reigns is the top guy. I don't think anybody questions that. Bryan's looking for that top WrestleMania moment on Roman's show. He's looking to be the head of the table at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns has the biggest gripe in the world against Daniel Bryan. The story's there. It writes itself. I don't need to talk about this. with you guys you should already know. Edge. Edge is another dark horse. I do see Edge getting a title shot at WrestleMania. I do see Edge going up against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. I think he wins the Elimination Chamber. I think WWE is absolutely fixated on Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt for whatever reason. And I do think we're getting a rematch at WrestleMania. I just don't see WWE ending that feud at Elimination Chamber. There's no match between the two at the Royal Rumble. I'm assuming Bray is going to cause Randy Orton's elimination in the Royal Rumble. Whether he's there or not, I don't know. Maybe Alexa Bliss causes his elimination. Maybe we see more fire. I don't know. Maybe Randy Orton causes Alexa Bliss to get eliminated. I don't want her winning the Royal Rumble either. Nobody wants to see that. These characters don't need these types of wins. They're stuck in a gimmicky storyline. Leave them in that world. The Royal Rumble and its winners should go to more deserving individuals. Edge and Drew McIntyre is something that I could absolutely see happening, just based off Edge's promo on Monday night. So you got Ryan. You got Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, and you got Drew McIntyre and Edge. Universal and WWE titles out of the way. Then you get Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, coming back as this, scarier version of the Fiend. Oh my God, maybe he's more mythical. Maybe he's more powerful. Maybe he's more evil. Oh my God, man, I'm shaking in my fucking boots. What is he going to come back with, a different mask? Was the mask on sale at the Halloween store, you fucking geek? My God, man. What Hollywood fucking shill did he get to design this new mask? Like the mask is going to give him unearthly powers. Give me a break. Still the same shitty gimmick, no matter what you cover it up in. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, I could absolutely see, doesn't interest me at all because their first WrestleMania match was one of the worst I've ever seen. So good luck on that. You might as well give me a gimmick match or a fucking funhouse match if you're going to run that again. So that's 3 WrestleMania matches down. Bray Wyatt, Fiend. McIntyre, Edge. Reigns, and Bryan. Then we got John Cena. John Cena is rumored to be back at WrestleMania. What he's doing, I don't know. Is he wrestling? Is he a host? Is he going to be there? Is he paying a visit to the Thunderdome? Is he going to be on commentary? Is he going to show off his new hairdo? I don't know what he's going to do. But Bill Goldberg is certainly going to be at WrestleMania. It's been confirmed he's going to be at WrestleMania. What is he doing? Maybe we get Bill versus John Cena. I don't know what good that does. I figured you would bring in Bill to put over talent. I figured you would bring in John Cena to put over talent. Of course not. Of course not. So you're going to put 2 guys that should be putting over talent, struggling to put themselves over, each other over. Their opponent over. Who's going over? Nobody. What sense does it make? But I'll tell you what, if WWE does go that route, WWE could absolutely sell me on the fact of John Cena shitting on Bill Goldberg for not putting over younger stars. Because he's greedy. I'd pay money to see that. And who knows? Maybe John Cena is not fully capable of going 15, 20 minutes at WrestleMania. Maybe he can't go that long because of his Hollywood commitments. But WWE could certainly sell me on the fact of John Cena shitting on Goldberg and then having him go in there and give me a 3-minute match with Bill Goldberg because Goldberg's cardio doesn't last 30 seconds. Maybe John Cena is scheduled to be at Mania. He wants in, he wants out. He lives in the greater Tampa area. Why not? Show up for a nice payday. Give us a 2-minute match with Bill. Sell it on the card. Boom. Tickets sold. Peacock subscriptions. Yada, yada, yada. AJ Styles versus Triple H. I don't know if that's going to happen. We have many weeks to go before WrestleMania, but I know if WWE is shilling WrestleMania to Peacock, Triple H might want to be on the show. AJ Styles has lobbied for a match against Triple H, so we'll see what happens there. I don't necessarily find any interest in that match whatsoever. I think you could do a lot better with AJ, but if you look at the landscape of WWE and what WWE has on Monday Night Raw for AJ Styles, I don't think there is anybody of interest on that show. He's literally done everything and beaten everyone. Bianca versus Sasha is another one that people are possibly talking about to happen at WrestleMania. She'd have to win the Royal Rumble first. And we'll talk about Bianca tonight. WWE might have sealed her fate at the Royal Rumble. She didn't necessarily have a good match with Bayley. I don't know if that's going to come into play on what happened Sunday night, but I don't think Bianca should win the Royal Rumble. I think we should get Bayley. We may be looking at a WrestleMania event that, if you put it on paper, is a mixture of legends, returning retired old age home veterans, and rematches. I don't really see the need for Bianca to get the win over Sasha this early in her run. She hasn't done anything. She's beaten Bayley. Great. Got to win the Royal Rumble first. I think Bayley and Sasha deserve that Mania moment with fans in attendance. Get that out of the way. Save Bianca for the summer. What's the rush? Why take Sasha's reign now? She's not even on the fucking card. Well, at least they haven't announced it. Is Sasha even defending the SmackDown title at the Royal Rumble? What is Sasha doing with the title? The reign went from, oh my God, I'm so glad she won, to her not really defending the title and her having no opponents. But Carmella. I think we save Bianca for SummerSlam. Get the division right. Go the Bayley route. Get the division right after WrestleMania and then do Bianca at SummerSlam. There's no rush. There's no rush. I've said this going back to last year. I said the same thing. I don't know what WWE does at WrestleMania. I don't know what they do with the Royal Rumble. But I see a lot of people in the chat talking about Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey winning the Royal Rumble. Now, this could be a complete decoy of a news article just to sell the news articles and the dirt sheets on something, and then actually it does happen. But there's two big names that are not, according to Meltzer, not going to be at the Royal Rumble. Could be a red herring. WWE, I would not be surprised if they told somebody something, Meltzer's reporting it, just to throw these guys off, and then whatever happens is not what I'm about to read to you. Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey are not scheduled to be at the Royal Rumble, says Dave Meltzer. Every year there's speculation about who's going to be involved. Oh, Ronda's coming back. Brock Lesnar's going to be there. He's going to challenge Roman Reigns as a babyface. Paul Heyman's going to have both of his guys going at it. There's going to be a different dynamic. Sure, the storyline would be good, but I don't give a fuck about that match again. How many times have we seen it already? How many times do you expect me to care about Roman and Brock? Brock's coming back. Great. Let's do something more with Brock. Maybe we put over a Keith Lee. Maybe we put over a Matt Riddle. Maybe we finally get Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. I don't see the need for Brock Lesnar to be challenging for world titles. You know WWE is just itching to give Brock Lesnar the title because he's their biggest name, and now they're with Peacock, and they need to sell Peacock and shill Peacock, NBC, and they need their biggest names in place, like we're playing a big game of fucking chess. Gotta have your biggest names in play. No, you don't. Start building other names and start building younger talent up so that the younger audience and the disenfranchised audience don't have to look at all these fucking people that they've already left the product for. It shows that WWE doesn't want to change. Yeah, if you give me a Bianca, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, or Shinsuke, or whoever, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, those are Ali, Ricochet, Black. Those are names that should be pushed. Lesnar should be back to put others over. Lesnar and Rousey will not be there. Now, again, speculation runs wild during Royal Rumble. Jay White. Fuck a Jay White. Jay White's not showing up in the WWE. I don't even know why you would want him there. Do you hate him that much? I'd like to see the guy have a fruitful career. CM Punk is another one. Oh, JD, CM Punk's going into quarantine. He may show up. He's quarantining for 14 days. He may show up in the Rumble. Don't get me wrong. I'd take a Punk and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but Punk is not coming back. I've already discussed this. I think Punk is in Tony Khan's pocket. I don't think Punk's coming back. So Dave Meltzer is saying that Lesnar and Rousey are not going to be at the show. Fans can't rule out anybody, but he says they're not going to be at the show. Lesnar's not currently under WWE contract. We don't know what's going on with that. There's been nothing reported about his status in months. Ronda Rousey's been training on the flip side. She is still actually under contract through April 10th, which happens to be the first night of WrestleMania 37. Saturday night, April 10th. Now, 3 names that could be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. I'm expecting Seth Rollins to be one of the later draws in the Royal Rumble. I fully expect him to be back. Becky Lynch, she will not be there. It's way too early for Becky Lynch to come back. I don't even know why you guys want Becky Lynch back so early. I mean, the product is fucking miserable. Becky Lynch is not going to help a miserable fucking product and that women's division. She's not going to draw ratings. She's not going to draw eyeballs. She'll be the belle of the ball for about 2 weeks because she just had a new kid with Seth Rollins. And then back to normal. Nobody giving a fuck. Please, let's get Becky Lynch back on TV so we can please the fucking idiot marks out there who think Becky Lynch is going to somehow be a game changer coming back to WWE. Sorry, geeks. Doesn't work that way. They got bigger problems than bringing Becky Lynch back to fucking television. Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley, going to be in the Royal Rumble. She may be a dark horse to win the Royal Rumble. I don't know. Whatever Bianca did last year, eliminating 8 superstars in the Royal Rumble by coming in relatively early, I think that's the same thing for Rhea Ripley this year. She'll have a strong showing. She'll probably end up on Monday Night Raw because WWE, if they're smart, they try and build Rhea Ripley up to get her win back over Charlotte. Good luck doing that. I don't think that's programmed into Charlotte's system. Losing? I don't know the definition of that term. I'm sorry, I don't know the definition of that term. You know. Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins. I do think Damian Priest shows up in the Royal Rumble. I don't know how they will introduce him. Apparently, Rey Mysterio is feuding with Baron Corbin for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they're feuding. He mentioned something about getting an insurance policy to help take care of Baron Corbin if this problem continues. That insurance policy could be Damian Priest. How they're going to maneuver that and have that make sense, God bless you, I don't know. So I could see those names showing up in the Royal Rumble on top of everybody else that they just announced. But as of right now, on top of those 3 speculative names, we got Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Otis, The Miz, Jey Uso, Cesaro, Jeff Hardy, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Big E, Sheamus, John Morrison, Edge, Elias, and Mustafa Ali. And for the women, WWE has announced barely anybody. The usual suspects: Nia Jax, Charlotte, Bayley, Bianca, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Alexa Bliss, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Tamina Snuka. I forgot Braun Strowman as well. You can add Braun Strowman to the name because the Strowman Express is running wild, folks. I'm not sure if you really understand the magnitude of the situation, but Braun Strowman is running as fast as he can to an elimination at the Royal Rumble. I don't know who eliminates him, but Braun Strowman will be in the Royal Rumble. So that is the Royal Rumble news. That is the latest on the Royal Rumble. I will have more Royal Rumble talk, more WrestleMania talk as we move on with the show. Got some news about Bianca Belair I want to go over. I got some news on Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. We're going to have a good time tonight, folks. We're going to have a good time. I wanted to start the show off with some pretty important Royal Rumble talk, some WrestleMania talk. There was news going around that WWE is honing in on some big matches for WrestleMania. Those are what I think WWE will now do at this hour. It's vastly different from what I already discussed. Now, I said, why don't we do John Cena versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania? Why don't we do Edge and Orton, get that out of the way? Why don't we do Goldberg versus Bray Wyatt, get that out of the way, get Bray his win back for that horrendous nightmare in Saudi Arabia, and then we do Bryan and Roman Reigns. Seems like a nice fit there, but WWE seems to be going in a different direction. That is the update of what I'm thinking about as far as WrestleMania goes. So we'll talk about Royal Rumble a little bit later on in the show. I want to thank you guys for joining me on the post show here, man. Right here on Off the Script. Let's check the chat. We are looking at 1,400 live in the chat with 363 thumbs up. Let's try and get those thumbs up, guys. If you want Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble, let's see that thumbs up, man. I want to see at least 750 thumbs up in the chat before we get out of here, man. So hit that thumbs up. It helps out the channel in a great way. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. If you guys want a super chat, you can certainly get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show, as always. And we'll hang out, listen to some music, go over everything you guys want to know, ask me anything you want. Super chats are indeed open for the duration of the entire stream. Make sure you guys go and support patreon.com/JDfromNY206. If you guys want to support, Patreon's a great way to do that. We got some great gifts over there given away to all the patrons who sign up annually to the Patreon page. Also, access to the OTS Discord server, which is great. I love everybody in there, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Make sure you guys go and get your masks. Mouthmasker.com/OTS. Make sure you guys do that. Bonfire is the exclusive home of JD from NY and the Off the Script shop, bonfire.com. If you missed anything on the channel that I've uploaded, go and check everything out. Everything you need is linked down below in the description of this very video. And today's show is sponsored by Dr. Squatch, drsquatch.com. That is code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off. Whoa! Got to shout him out immediately, man, because we got a big dono. Edgar, you fucking savage. A $100 donation from Edgar Estrada. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoy the review. We'll read your message at the end of the show. Hoop Media in the chat. Got my main mod, my bro, Hoop Media. And we got Raging Girl Gamer in the chat. A newly addition to the mod team that I will be ramping up in 2021. Jesse's a geek. He'd rather play Destiny than watch his good buddy live on YouTube. I see you, bro. I'm immediately booking you a dental appointment with Britt Baker. And the receptionist is going to be Thunder Rosa. Watch. It's coming. When you least expect it, it's coming. So shout out to my mod. Hoop Media. Hoop Media, I know you hear me, Hoop Media. Are we #1 tonight on YouTube in this deplorable IWC? Let me know. There he is. There he is in the chat. There he is. He shows his face. I thought you were leveling up on Destiny, geek. I need some help. Anyway. Thank you, guys, and thank you to my mods in the chat. Let's get into the show, man. I know you guys are here for SmackDown. Let's get into the show. SmackDown started off with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, my pick to win the Royal Rumble. Start of the show. Came out to a fictional yes chant from the virtual geeks inside the Thunderdome. Who Media says we're #1, man. Of course we are. Of course we are. Who else would you be watching on Friday night? Daniel Bryan comes out, says he wants to win the Royal Rumble and headline WrestleMania. He said he doesn't know how many WrestleMania moments he has left, but he knows if he wants to accomplish his dream one more time, it involves going to the main event of WrestleMania. And by that, he's got to win the Royal Rumble. So he got worked up a bit. He said, thank you to Chad Gable because his hips are loose and he's strong. His cardio can go all day. He said, once the countdown begins and the buzzer sounds, you don't know what's next. He said, you'll see best friends betray each other and enemies work together. And then he was interrupted by AJ Styles. This was not one of Daniel Bryan's best promos. He was tripping over his words just a little bit. But AJ Styles comes out to save Daniel Bryan here. Styles walked out with Omos and said, you'll see Styles throw out 29 other guys and win the Royal Rumble and go on to main event WrestleMania. Bryan says he knows both brands are competing in the Rumble, but Styles is a Raw wrestler on SmackDown. So you're probably wondering, AJ Styles is a Monday Night Raw superstar. What is he doing on SmackDown? I don't know. I wish I had a fucking answer for you. I wish WWE would let us know because they usually treat their fans as idiotic buffoons. But WWE mentioned the brand-to-brand invitational. I would love somebody to go back and give me a statistic on how many times Corey Graves and Michael Cole mentioned the brand-to-brand invitation before AJ Styles came out here in the time since we've seen the last brand-to-brand invitation. I don't really understand it. If it's not that important, then why are you using it? And if you want to use it, why aren't you keeping people up to date? As if people don't fucking watch this show. I watch the show. I know what it is, but the normal geek watching the show doesn't have any fucking idea what the brand-to-brand invitational is. It's just WWE betraying the fucking brand split. That's all I see it as. So he's on SmackDown. And you knew this show was going to peak with this match and then go downhill. Because fuck me. Watching Monday Night Raw is not bad enough. We got to get Monday Night Raw on Friday night. So Styles is on Raw, and he's on SmackDown. Seriously, what are you doing here? Styles said, well, this is the house that AJ Styles built. So Jesse had a good point. He texted me right at the beginning of the live stream. Could have steal this one from him. Because I'm booking an appointment with Britt Baker for him, so I could do whatever I want. He said, and I left, AJ Styles is on SmackDown. He's a Raw guy. Roman is the head of the table. He's the tribal chief of SmackDown. But AJ Styles is coming over here proclaiming to everybody this is the house that AJ Styles built. I don't think Roman would have a real kind thought about AJ Styles saying something like that on his show. Coming on this show and disrespecting the tribal chief? The fuck are you doing, man? How could Roman Reigns allow this type of behavior? I don't understand it. So he says, this is the house that AJ Styles built. So Omos said, this is a brand-to-brand invitation. Thank you, Omos. Thank you. Why are you telling me that, but Michael Cole and Corey Graves are not? Styles said every quarter any wrestler could go to the other show. Really now. I'd love for Tom Phillips to tell me that on Monday. And if you wanted to do this, why wasn't this said on Monday? You think they would hype it up? Well, AJ Styles is a Raw superstar on Monday, right? Tom Phillips should have said, well, AJ's going to be on Friday's SmackDown. He's using the brand-to-brand invitational because he's excited about the Royal Rumble. He wants to see his opponents on Friday night. I mean, I don't know why I can make sense of it, but WWE just wants to be lazy. Bruce? Why are you lazy, Bruce? Huh? What a fucking geek. Anyway, he's the gatekeeper of Raw. He said since he declared himself for the Royal Rumble, everyone else is following in his footsteps. He says he's crushed their hopes and dreams. He said Bryan doesn't look ready. He noted he's wearing a sports coat. He asked him, listen, are you a GM again? What's going on here? It's almost like you have one foot out the door. Am I wrong here? Bryan responded, I don't have one foot out the door on anything, especially not for something I love as much as being in this ring. He said he would prove it to him tonight in a one-on-one match. Now, listen, the brand-to-brand invitational may be fucking stupid, but I'm not going to complain about a Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles match on any night, especially after what they did last time they were in the ring, battling over a vacant Intercontinental title. So you get no complaints out of me. I just love WWE being illogical as always, leaving that big logic gap in the middle of everything and not giving a shit about it. That's why I complain. I like watching my show and feeling like I'm watching something that's well written. Not written by some fucking slob. Oh, no! Who can't piece the simplest of things together. So Styles looked at Omos. He says, seems like he just challenged me. Styles says he's one of those guys that would love a warm-up tonight for the Royal Rumble. Shoved Bryan down. Bryan was looking at him. Omos stood there. He looked up at Omos. And that's the way we went off with the first segment. Now, I don't know if you guys are paying attention. Whoa! We got a $100 super chat from Jacob Donnelly. Oh, my goodness, man. We got two $100 donos. It's going to be a good weekend, folks. It's going to be a good weekend. Edgar and Jacob with $100 donations in the chat, man. You guys are fucking beast. Thank you guys so very much, man. So, I don't know if you guys have read the news. We got Daniel Bryan talking about NXT. Is Daniel Bryan going to NXT? No. Is Daniel Bryan going to be used in NXT against the AEW guys? The war on AEW? No. Daniel Bryan actually talked about NXT and said something very true about NXT. Now, NXT started back in 2010. It quickly became the most popular brand in all of pro wrestling, especially in North America. They were doing no wrong. Now, as it sits in 2021, it's not even a developmental territory for WWE anymore. It is merely there to produce another 2 hours of television, just like Monday night and Friday night do. There's no love, there's no passion in it anymore, and they don't do it because they actually give a shit. They pretty much do it to try and compete with AEW, and when they don't want to compete with AEW, they just regurgitate 2 hours of television with no fucking heart and passion behind it. It's awful. I mean, I went from watching NXT every single Wednesday night, immediately after I finished my AEW live stream, to not watching it at all. I watch highlights. I'm lucky if I watch a full 2 hour show on Wednesday night. I can't do it anymore. There's nothing there that's grabbing my attention. You can give me Karrion Kross all you want. You can give me Finn Balor and Adam Cole. There's nothing going on there. Johnny Gargano is awesome. Love me some Tommaso Ciampa. The women's division is the best on the planet. There's nothing there that's grabbing me. Daniel Bryan says that WWE needs a new developmental territory because NXT is not it anymore. He actually spoke to Michael Morales of Lucha Libre Online. Why, I don't know. But Daniel Bryan talked about the ongoing debate on whether NXT is still a developmental territory or not. Bryan claimed that he definitely thinks NXT isn't considered as developmental territory anymore. I don't really grasp anybody that said NXT was a developmental territory even when they were at 1 hour on WWE Network. They weren't. They legitimately were doing what the main roster should have been doing. So in my eyes, I looked at them as the foundation for what the main roster should be doing. That was my main roster. WWE was putting on shows that were beneath that, well beneath what NXT was producing. They were the minor leagues. Now you know why NXT is in the shithole that it's in now, because how long could Triple H continue to produce better television than the main roster without somebody on the main roster saying something? They fucking killed NXT for a myriad of reasons. You think WWE moved NXT away from big main roster shows like the Royal Rumble for a specific reason? Oh yeah, they want to exist on their own. Of course they don't. They don't want to exist on their own. Nobody gives a fuck about NXT. They moved NXT away from the big main roster shows, these pay-per-view weekends, because every single pay-per-view, every single takeover was outshining the main roster shows. Sooner or later, that was going to grab somebody's attention. Oh, we can't have that anymore. They're talking about you. They're not talking about us. So NXT now exists on its own standalone Sunday nights. Takeovers. You ain't getting this one by me, folks. There's a strategic reason why everything's been done. He says, and I quote, I definitely don't think NXT is considered as a developmental territory anymore, which leaves a question. Do we have a developmental territory? Because we need one to develop talent if NXT is not our development, which it isn't. Those guys are awesome, and I do consider NXT a third brand for our company. Now, there were rumors that WWE was creating another NXT show. Where that goes, I don't know. Maybe it goes on Peacock. They need sports on Peacock now. Maybe it goes on the WWE Network. I have no idea. I don't know where it goes, but they signed a bunch of Evolve talent. WWE continues to sign talent left and right. There's a bunch of PC talent that will never get to see the light of day on Wednesday nights because they need to compete for ratings. They need to compete with the big boys. And you're not going to put a relative unknown that nobody gives a fuck about on a show where you're competing with the big boys. So you're going to have another show specifically to get those people on television, and that show will serve as them getting ready for NXT. NXT is going to be their main roster. So they're making another NXT show to have all of these people that don't see the light of day on television to get ready for NXT, because NXT now is considered the main roster. It is an extension of the main roster. Daniel Bryan is correct. Daniel Bryan is 100% correct. They need a new developmental territory. Because NXT is certainly not it anymore. It once was, and they were doing it right. They were doing everything that the main roster should have been doing. And now they can't even grab people's attention anymore. Because people like me have seen it. The love and the passion and the heart of NXT, the heart and soul of NXT is dead. For more reasons than you realize. You just got to think. And most of the people that watch me, they get it. The people that don't like what I do, they don't get it. They live in a fucking world of denial. Where truth doesn't see the light of day. They want to live in their own fucking idiotic bubble. Moving on. Bayley and Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is being talked about as we go into the Royal Rumble as the odds-on favorite. Everybody's pushing for Bianca. How much of it is WWE wanting to push Bianca because they want to push Bianca? How much of it has to do with Black History Month happening in February? You guys know the deal. I don't hold anything back here. WWE always focuses on one or two black talents in the company, and they focus on them. This year it's Bianca Belair. Who is it going to be for the men? Is it going to be Apollo Crews? Is it going to be Big E? Is it going to be Kofi Kingston? Xavier Woods? Who is it going to be? Mace? Who is it going to be? How much of it is WWE legitimately wanting to push Bianca Belair because they want to push Bianca Belair? And how much of it is a political reason? I don't know. I hope I am wrong. This woman should have been pushed the day she got called up last year on Monday Night Raw. And they sat on her because Bruce is a fucking idiot. He didn't want anything to do with who Paul Heyman liked. And the reason why she was on Monday Night Raw, because A, she's married to Montez Ford, and the Street Profits were a big favorite of Paul Heyman. So I'm assuming that Paul Heyman had also requested for Bianca to go to Monday Night Raw. And you know how Bruce doesn't like anything that Paul Heyman wanted to push on Monday night or on SmackDown. Some weird little fucking bizarre back and forth there between Bruce Prichard and Paul Heyman that I know exists. Don't know what it is exactly, but Bruce is a fucking clown, and he can't stand Paul Heyman. Now Paul Heyman's working with the biggest guy in the entire company on television every week, in the biggest storyline every single fucking week. The face of the company, Roman Reigns, in a creative role that sees Paul Heyman and his work shine through even when Bruce ousted him or got rid of him from his position as executive director. But Bianca Belair, let me tell you something about Bianca Belair, man. I didn't watch the documentary yet. I don't need to watch the documentary to know how good that woman is. I'm going to watch it eventually because she's legitimately somebody that I want to see succeed. And I'm assuming she has a great backstory. I love her look. I love her in-ring ability. I love the entire package that she is. She definitely has the ability to be the top face in this women's division. A match with Sasha is something that I'm very much looking forward to. Having her win the Royal Rumble is something I would not complain about. I just don't think we need to rush into that. The match with Bayley tonight, it didn't really do me much good. I thought it was off. There was something about it that was just off to me. It wasn't Bianca's best performance. It wasn't Bayley's best performance. I don't know if this is going to hinder Bianca Belair after the fact. I don't. But Bianca Belair got a victory over Bayley tonight with the KOD, her kiss of death finishing move. After the match was over, we got Kayla meeting Bianca on the stage. Right where the curtain is, right on the main stage on tonight's show. Bianca breathing heavy, she's sweating. They immediately want Bianca to cut a promo. She's stumbling over her words. You can't really understand what she's saying. They immediately go to interview Bianca Belair. Why? Why can't you wait to interview this woman after she had a 10-minute break to herself after wrestling Bayley for 12 minutes tonight? Why do you need to immediately go to this documentary and start pushing Bianca and getting her over on social media and talking her up on SmackDown, and then immediately going to shove a microphone in her face after everybody that loves Bianca Belair watched this documentary, knows how good she is? Why do you need to stamp your approval on it when already everybody watching this show has given them or given her their stamp of approval? You don't need to go so heavy with it. You don't need to shove it down our throats. We get it. Bianca's great. It took you quite a few months to realize that, while all of us realized that already from day one. When she was in NXT, we realized it. People were calling for her to be included in the Rhea Charlotte feud going into last year's WrestleMania. We get it. We don't need you to push Bianca Belair down our throats. It's going to get to a point where WWE is going to force Bianca Belair on television, push the narrative of Bianca Belair, how great she is, and yada, 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 and it's going to come off as disingenuous. And when WWE does that and portrays somebody in a disingenuous way, that's when people lose interest. That's when I don't care. I want to care. Let it happen naturally. Let's go into this actually loving what this woman is doing. You don't need to try so hard with somebody this good. Let her work speak for itself. Let her character speak for itself. Now, I don't know what happened here with this clean victory over Bayley. She got a clean victory over Bayley. I'm not some spring chicken when it comes to WWE. I'm with it. Normally, when a babyface wins on the go-home show, more than likely, WWE will not have that same babyface have the outcome that they want going into the pay-per-view. Very rarely did WWE seal Bianca's fate going into the Royal Rumble. Now, again, I'm not going to complain if Bayley or Bianca win the Royal. Quite honestly, I'm pushing for Bayley to win the Royal Rumble. I think it makes the most sense. I'm not going to complain if Bianca wins the Royal Rumble. I don't think it's right. But WWE gave her a clean victory. You think Bayley is going to take this lightly? I don't. Especially not from a creative standpoint either. I think Bayley actually is the odds-on favorite after this outcome tonight. I think Bayley is the odds-on favorite to win the Royal Rumble. Especially with what we see on TV. Again, Rhea Ripley could be a dark horse. I don't know what she's going to do, if she's going to be there or not. Charlotte is always an odds-on favorite. Not going to beat around the bush there. She's always an odds-on favorite just because of who she is. But did WWE seal Bianca's fate tonight? I don't know. I really don't know. A clean victory over Bayley might not be all that good for Bianca Belair going into Sunday's pay-per-view. Decent match. There was really nothing wrong with it. It was just, there was nothing stand out about it when we all know that both of these women are stand-out performers. Just a regular TV match. No more, no less. So after the Bianca segment, we got King Corbin. Baron Corbin made his way to the ring. I don't know what happened to Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. I've been asking this for a couple of weeks now. They gave Baron Corbin backup. The Knights of the Lone Wolf. I didn't mind it. I was just happy to see Cutler and Blake back on television after Jackson Riker fucked up. He made himself look like a fool on social media. And he's the one getting pushed. He's got more TV time than both of these guys combined. I don't know why. I mean, if you're not using them, send them back down to NXT. They could use more tag teams down there. They're a damn good fucking tag team. You might not think so, but I've seen them work. And I like what I see. The gimmick might have needed some work, but I think both of them are sound tag team wrestlers. But where are they? At first I was thinking, all right, 1 week is not that big of a deal. 2 weeks is not that big of a deal. Maybe it's COVID related. Maybe Drew McIntyre was not the only one who got COVID-19. Then all of a sudden it turns 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and now we don't even know where they are. Now Baron Corbin doesn't even fucking mention them. Commentary doesn't even mention the Knights of the Lone Wolf. Where are they? Did they get fired? Are you moving them back down to NXT? Are they getting repackaged again? Are they going to be in the Rumble? I don't know. Very curious to know what happened to them, because those are two solid guys that you could use in a dead tag team division. Don't know why Mysterio and Corbin are feuding. I really don't understand the meaning behind it. But this happened again. It's almost as if Bruce said, you know what, Vince, I just want to go in lazy to Sunday's pay-per-view. Why don't we do a rehash of Dominik and Baron Corbin again? Baron Corbin wins in 5 minutes here. End of days. There was a couple spots in here where it looked very sloppy. We got Dominik ending up crashing into the ropes, going headfirst into the mat off of a botch by Baron Corbin. Rey Mysterio was on commentary. Corbin went for a deep six. Dominik countered into a DDT. Corbin came back by lifting up Dominik over the top rope, gave him an end of days for the win. And I don't know why this is happening on the show. I don't know how they're going to introduce Damian Priest into this. I could absolutely see. Baron Corbin is usually the guy that WWE, when they call somebody up from NXT, they usually just pair them with Baron Corbin first. Let's get a victory. Let's start your career off on the right track. Baron Corbin's always that type of heel where he's putting over other talent. Now, I don't necessarily care for Baron Corbin, but it seems like everybody that gets called up from NXT immediately feuds with Baron Corbin. This match was not good at all. Had its moments where it was completely going to go right off the fucking tracks, Braun Strowman style. Baron Corbin gets the victory with the end of days. Big E. Big E will not be winning the Royal Rumble. And neither is Shinsuke Nakamura. You could put that to rest, geeks. The Intercontinental Champion is not winning the Royal Rumble. Big E asked Sonya Deville to tell him what his Royal Rumble number is. Oh, really? Why don't we give everybody their fucking number? You're giving away the number 1 and number 2 position in the Royal Rumble away on WWE Backstage to sell this bullshit program on Saturday night. Now, I won't be watching. I know it's going to be spoiled for me by some fucking idiot on social media, so there's no way for me to avoid it unless I avoid Twitter altogether. And I need Twitter to promote my show tomorrow and do what I need to do during a big pay-per-view weekend. So I know it's inevitable for me to come across who number 1 or number 2 is. Don't know why they're doing it. I talk about this particular thing on tomorrow's podcast. I actually rant about it. I really do. Not even going to get into it because I'll save it for tomorrow's show. You guys can get my rant tomorrow, 5 p.m. But WWE announced that Tamina Snuka, WWE announced Tamina Snuka versus Natalya will happen tomorrow night on WWE Backstage, which I'm assuming it's taped already. And that match will be for the number 30 position in the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, I have a few questions here, Bruce. First of all, why are we giving numbers away? I don't really understand the logic here. You think people actually want to watch WWE Backstage to see people get their numbers before the fucking Royal Rumble? The number 1 and 2 positions, along with the number 30 position, are the 2 positions in the entire fucking match that people want to be legitimately surprised by. Give them away. Why exactly are they being given away? To sell WWE Backstage, to pop a rating? Maybe. There's no fans in attendance at the Royal Rumble. That doesn't mean you got to give fucking numbers away. If you want the perception of people drawing their number. I've been asking for this for fucking years. Give me the gold tumbler back. Where is it? I know it exists. I seen it on the bump. Where is it? You got those fucking geeks on the bump using the gold tumbler, but you can't bring it back to television. If you want the perception of people getting their numbers, bring the fucking tumbler back and make that a weekly segment. Announcer's going to be in the Rumble, line them up, have them draw a number, show their reaction, keep the people guessing. That's what I would do. What's old is new. That is something that should be a staple with the Royal Rumble. Additionally, I'd love for somebody to fucking figure this one out, man. I have absolutely no answer to this question whatsoever. What exactly did Natalya and Tamina Snuka do to get that opportunity to win the number 30 spot in the Royal Rumble? I mean, Tamina Snuka is barely on fucking television. Natalya is a fucking loser. Why are they getting the opportunity to wrestle for the number 30 position in the Royal Rumble? Did they win a match? Did they win a lottery? Did they win a fucking game of fish backstage and catering? Did they have a fucking speed eating contest last week in catering? I don't know. Tamina may get bored while she's sitting there next to catering. Catering is Dana Brooke, by the way. Catering in catering. What has she done? This is why I ranted for weeks about the Survivor Series. Something should be on the line in the Survivor Series when you do Raw versus SmackDown. This is one of the things that should be on the line. You get to wrestle for the number 30 position. If you want to just actively give it away, have the fucking thing have meaning. Just don't give it to two people that we know are not going to win the Royal Rumble. So, Bruce Pritchard, thank you for telling me who exactly is not going to win the Royal Rumble. When was the last person? When was the last person in a Royal Rumble that came out at number 30? When was the last time they won a Royal Rumble? Triple H? Was it Triple H? When he won the WWE Championship in the Royal Rumble? And then that year he lost it to Roman. I think Triple H came out at number 30, right? Of course it would be Triple H. Fucking ridiculous, man. That's my rant. I rant on it tomorrow on the podcast, 5 p.m. Make sure you guys got your notifications on. Hit that subscribe button down below. Guys, you are blowing me away with these fucking super chats, man. You guys are blowing me away with the super chats. Off the Script is still the best podcast in the entire RWC. King's headquarters with a $100 donation. Unbelievable. Raging Girl Gamer with a $50 donation. You guys are absolutely blowing me away with the super chats tonight, man. Thank you so very much. Guys, in the chat, I asked who was the last person. Triple H was the last person. I believe he was the last guy. I didn't ask how many people came in at number 30 and won the Rumble. When was the last time somebody won the Royal Rumble from the number 30 position? That was Triple H. John Cena, I know. That was back in Madison Square Garden. I know exactly where I was when I watched that live. And I want to say Edge. Wasn't Edge one of the guys that came in number 30? When he won the Royal Rumble? I don't remember. I could be off on that. But thank you guys so very much, man, with the super chats. I am legitimately speechless. You guys are awesome. And this is why I always say I have the best community in all of the YWC. Unbelievable, guys. So Big E, he wants his number. Sonya Deville, he handed Sonya Deville $1. He said, it's just $1. Oh, she said, it's just $1. She said he also has an Arby's coupon coming her way. I don't know who eats at Arby's, but apparently he thinks Sonya Deville wants a coupon for Arby's. Maybe he likes their patty melts or their paninis. I don't know what they serve there. It looks like trash. Every time I see it on the commercial, man, it's too much meat in the sandwich. I'm a guy that doesn't like so much fucking meat in his sandwich, man. It's all fucking meat, and then you got 2 thin slices of bread. It's got to be an even meat to bread ratio. Seriously. Anyway, I don't know why I'm here talking about fucking food. I'll leave that to Titus. And to Mina, since she's always in catering. Miz and Morrison walked up to her. Brand to brand invitational, I guess. They asked where Adam Pearce is. She said after last week, some people pulled strings, and he's not on the show this week. Miz and Morrison said, oh, that's horrible. No, what's actually horrible is that these two geeks, they think they are wanted on Friday. It's bad enough we see them on Monday. Big E asked why they brought their Monday Night Raw stench to the show. I would have to really agree with Big E there and ask that same question. Why are you bringing the Raw stench to Friday nights? Miz said tonight's things could get interesting. Morrison joked about how he's short selling by betting against stocks and is about to make a fortune. I'm about to make a fortune from GameStop, he says. I'm gonna be blunt with you guys. I have legitimately no idea what's going on with this hedge fund shit and trading and GameStop and all this Bitcoin shit. I literally no idea. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on Wall Street. I don't. So I knew what they were talking about. I just can't piece everything together. I have no fucking idea what's going on. So Sonya left. Big E said, I love the pop culture reference, bro. But I gotta rumble. I gotta do some rumble stuff. Miz and Morrison actually came off as obnoxious as always here. Big E said it's hilarious thinking that they actually have a chance to win the Rumble. Morrison and Miz then attacked Big E. Big E fought back. Officials ran to break it up, and they pulled these guys apart. Great. Awesome. None of these guys are winning the Royal Rumble, by the way. Sasha Banks walked up to Reginald backstage. Sasha Banks, I don't know if she's on the Royal Rumble card. I would assume that that title will be defended at the Royal Rumble. I mean, Carmella pinned her in a tag team match, and they hyped up Carmella again being the number one contender because she pinned the champion on SmackDown. I mean, whether the match happens at the Royal Rumble or on SmackDown, I don't really care. As long as Sasha retains the title. She walked up to Reginald. He said he has a gift for her. He said Carmella told him to present her with the finest bottle of wine to celebrate the end of her SmackDown title reign. Sasha began flirting with Reginald. Somewhere Mikaze was laughing his ass off thinking that Reginald has a shot with Sasha Banks. She asked what the best wine is to drink with a broken jaw. He let out a really awkward fake laugh. Not really all that good. Then gave the bottle back to him and told him he looks like he could use a drink. Listen, I could use a drink anytime I see Monday Night Raw on my television. I would drink during these shows to make it a little bit more enjoyable, but I'd be asleep by 9 o'clock because I'm an old fucking man. Can't drink during these shows, man. My beverage of choice is fucking... By the way, I didn't even have my fucking coffee tonight. No wonder I'm fucking exhausted. Sasha Banks, I don't know whether she's going to be on the Rumble show or not. I would assume so. Might be a late addition to the show, last minute addition to the show. I have no idea. We got hour 2. Going on into hour 2, Sami Zayn. Love me some Sami Zayn on this show, man. Sami Zayn approached Shinsuke Nakamura backstage. He asked if he's suspicious of the Raw wrestlers showing up on SmackDown, and he was chatting with Cesaro. He asked if they're going their separate ways. Sami said he was his liberator for many months and set him free, and they had a good thing going. It's time for you to help me now, he tells Nakamura. He said Big E, Apollo Crews, and all of WWE management are against him. He said Cesaro is off doing his own thing. So what are you going to gloat out here and do on your own? He said everything he's ever accomplished in WWE is because of him, so he wants him to watch his back. Nakamura listened and then said he appreciates everything he's done, but go to hell. A man of many words is Nakamura. Go to hell. I wish half of the fucking roster would tell Bruce Pritchard to go to hell. We got Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, man. We're going to be talking about Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns in what I thought was a fantastic segment on tonight's show, man. Awesome stuff. Take a sip of my cold beverage, man. You know, this podcasting thing ain't easy, bro. Love people telling me, oh, why don't you go get a real job? This is my job, clowns. When you could do it better than me, then you can talk. Until then, shut your mouth. Thank you guys for showing up tonight, man. Take a little breather, take a step back here. We got 604 likes in the chat. I said 750. I mean, where's the likes, guys? 750 before I get out of here. You're almost there. Don't let me down now. Otherwise, I'll send Thunder Rosa after you, and I'll relieve Jesse of his duties. You don't want that now, do you? Or maybe you want Thunder Rosa coming after you. I don't know. Anyway. Guys, just a quick shout out here. DrSquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. I've been saying, man, you know, I never put my name to anything that I don't use, and I've used Dr. Squatch for a couple months now, and I absolutely love it. If you guys want something that is all natural, all organic, genuine, there's no artificial colorants or bullshit, really, in your soaps and your shampoos and your deodorant and your toothpaste, man. Dr. Squatch, everything they make is all organic, man. Seriously. I've been using their cold brew cleanse. Their bars of soap are fantastic. They got deodorants, they got toothpaste, they got shampoos, they got conditioners. I've been saying, if you want to look your best, you want to smell your best, you want to feel your best, because you're already listening to the best, why not use Dr. Squatch, man? DrSquatch.com. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. I want to thank them for supporting Off the Script, man. And if you do go get some Dr. Squatch, go and tweet them and tell them that JD from OTS sent you, man. Tag me, and we'll do some business. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much, man. You guys still have these super chats coming in. I don't know what the fuck's going on tonight, but you guys are showing some serious love tonight, man. I don't know if everybody's excited about the Royal Rumble weekend. I'm going to be bringing it to you, man, all weekend. It's going to be one hell of a fucking ride. Thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate all the super chats. We will get to it in just a little bit, man. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. I got some news on both of these guys. Kevin Owens was actually asked. He was interviewed by Fightful, I believe. And he was talking about the Royal Rumble. I think Fightful did this really great piece on, you know, the ins and outs of the Royal Rumble. And Kevin Owens actually revealed that he would love if WWE brought back the 40-man Royal Rumble idea. Now, I don't agree with that whatsoever. I am such a stickler for the old school that I would not bring that back at all. In fact, I think that was the Battle Royal Del Rio one, right? Alberto Del Rio, yeah, he's the fucking idiot, right? The abuser, the drunkard, right? Alberto Del Rio won the 40-man Royal Rumble. I think we need to stay away from that. Now, he said this is something that he likes seeing as more people are involved in the match. They had done the 40-man Rumble one year, he says, which I really liked. I wish we'd go back to that. The more people involved, the better. The longer it is, the better. If I were to pick any changes to make, I would add more people. I wouldn't add more people at all. In fact, I think adding more people devalues the Royal Rumble. That's just me. I think the Royal Rumble in all 30 spots should be a prestigious thing. I think you should earn your way into the Royal Rumble by doing things throughout the year. Not just having people declare themselves to the fucking Royal Rumble and then having others fight their way into the Royal Rumble. Every spot should be prestigious. The more you add to the Royal Rumble, the more it devalues the entire meaning of the Royal Rumble. This is why, you know, I love when WWE mentions the greatest Royal Rumble. That wasn't a fucking Royal Rumble. How dare you even fucking mention the greatest Royal Rumble. It had absolutely no implications on WrestleMania whatsoever. And if it had no implications on WrestleMania whatsoever, then it wasn't a real Royal Rumble. It was a put-together show for people in another country that paid lots of money to buy the services of WWE. That's all it was. That wasn't a Royal Rumble. Whatever records were in that Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, they don't exist. They're not in the record books. I'm not going to acknowledge them. Braun Strowman had the most eliminations in the Royal Rumble. No, he hasn't. Daniel Bryan is the longest reign in the Royal Rumble. No, he don't. No, he don't. Wasn't a real Royal Rumble. 40 men. No, thank you. No, thank you. The way they had this face-to-face, this final showdown for SmackDown, Michael Cole had Kevin Owens on one side and Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman in his office, in his locker room, his dressing room on another side of the screen. So they were split screen. So Kevin Owens, I got to point this out, and I'm assuming that one of the guys in Ever Rise is Canadian. He was wearing an NXT shirt with the Ever Rise tag team name on it. Said Ever Rise rules. Must be a big fan of Ever Rise. I like those guys. I think they're good. Now, Kevin Owens was talking about his family members. He said, no family members of Reigns on Sunday will stop him from standing up time and time again to be the last man standing. Heyman was standing behind Reigns, told Owens he will not speak of the tribal chief this way, his tribal chief this way. Reigns asked Owens what kind of man his father was. KO said his father is a great man, so watch where you're going. Reigns asked if he's a smart man. Kevin Owens said, yes, he's very smart. And if you are you're going to heed my warning this final time. Reigns says he's not trying to piss him off. He's just trying to get to know him and understand why he doesn't seem to know his limitations. He said all he could do is figure out who Kevin Owens is because his father didn't teach him. His father did not teach him very well. He says he's not supposed to be in WWE. Says he's not a castle, a bishop, or a queen. You're a pawn. Plain and simple, you're a pawn. I am the king of this board. Absolutely love that line. Absolutely love that line. You ain't a castle, you ain't a bishop, you ain't a queen. You're a pawn. And I'm the king of this chessboard. Love it. Everything revolves around me. He said he's ill-equipped and inferior, and he'll never be the Universal Champion. He said it's not his fault. He says he's a fool for thinking he has a chance, and if he's a fool, that means his father and thus his grandfather are fools as well. Owens told him to watch what he says next because on Sunday, they'll be in the same ring, in the same room. Roman rolled his eyes. He told Heyman in this very prick-like tone. Owens still doesn't understand it. I don't get it. He said someday when he meets his grandfathers again, they'll tell him what a disgrace he was to his family and ask why he didn't acknowledge him as the tribal chief. Can Roman Reigns be any more of a prick? So now he's talking about Kevin Owens' dead grandparents and his father. This is great. This is exactly what a great heel does. Makes you hate him for the things that he says and riles up his opponent because everybody wants to see Reigns get his ass kicked. This is great. This is quality stuff here. And I don't know what you guys think of Reigns' heel turn. Best heel in the business, no doubt about it. But somehow, Reigns continues to get better and better every single week, man. We are watching magic happen on our televisions. We are watching the maturity of somebody that we all fucking hated, character-wise. And we're watching him grow into legitimately the biggest thing in the company. The biggest thing in wrestling. It's a great thing to behold, man. It's a great thing to see. So he's talking about his grandparents, his grandfathers. Owens says the only thing that his father and grandfather would want to acknowledge him as would be the jackass who surrounds himself with the yes men. Says he's putting on this community theater version of a mafia boss, a cosplay mafia boss, to try and convince people he's a tough guy who has it all together, but he's just hiding that he's an insecure bully. KO said he knows who he is. He got worked up. Kevin Owens went from like 5 to about 11 towards the end of this promo. So he's yelling about his family. Roman Reigns is just angrily sitting there. You see this mean, fucking nasty snarl on Roman Reigns' face. Kevin Owens continues to talk about how proud he is of his family and how proud his family is of him. He said on Sunday he will end the night as Universal Champion. Reigns was about to fucking explode here. He picks up a remote control. Roman Reigns picks up a remote control in the middle of this split-screen interview with Kevin Owens and does exactly what the majority of people do on Monday night. Turn off the television. He turned off the television and excused himself from this promo, and Kevin Owens takes his microphone off and leaves and storms out of the fucking interview area. This was awesome. This was absolutely awesome. This is how you sell us on a match. The Adam Pearce stuff was a little but the work that Owens and Reigns have done in this 3-match feud has been fantastic. Everything Roman Reigns does, everything Roman Reigns has touched, everybody that's been in the ring with Roman Reigns has turned to 24-karat gold. It is great. I'm very much looking forward to this match on Sunday night. Roman Reigns actually was talking about his working relationship with Paul Heyman. Now, Paul Heyman was in this promo. He had a little jab at Kevin Owens here. He talks about his working relationship with Paul Heyman. He was interviewed by CBS Sports ahead of the Royal Rumble. And he says this about his working relationship with Paul Heyman. He's just a pleasure to be around, Reigns said of Heyman. Oh, look at that, Bruce. Paul Heyman is a pleasure to be around. Wow. Not only that, to be able to work with him, a lot of people just look at him as this creative genius and someone who is masterful on the microphone, but the attention to detail is in every area from anything that I need. This man has gotten me towels from the hotel to make sure they're big enough to picking me up custom steaks from the butcher last week. This guy does not cut his corners. He really is all hands on deck. It's not just what he does from a creative standpoint or on camera. He is the greatest of all time with what he does in promoting and selling his athletes and how much demand he puts on the matches he is involved in. He really does anything under the sun to make sure that the talent he's working with is completely comfortable and focused on what they're doing. It's been a pleasure to work with him. And then he goes on to say, if something happens and we're no longer on screen together, I don't think I'll ever want to work without him one way or another. Even if we're not a pairing on television anymore, I will still want and need him at television to work with me. I mean, we all knew how great Roman Reigns was and Paul Heyman was. We knew how great Paul Heyman was. But the fact that that came from Roman Reigns, and it might have started off as Roman Reigns in character. Oh, he gets me steaks. Oh, he gets me towels and this and that. But I truly believe that Paul Heyman goes that extra mile for everybody, and that's exactly what he's done for Roman Reigns. Honestly. That is, you talk about fucking made. Paul Heyman was made already. We all know how great he is, but having that come from Roman Reigns in that manner and have him speak that highly of Paul Heyman, I mean, it's a fucking direct shot. Not really a direct shot, but a direct shot at everybody that's always had something bad to say about Paul Heyman. You know, AJ blamed Paul Heyman for the Good Brothers getting fired all those months ago during the budget cuts last year, right? And AJ Styles says you would never want to work with Paul Heyman. Yeah, you got Roman Reigns over here saying this about Paul Heyman. It's unbelievable, man. I still wonder where all those stories came from. If he was so bad, why do all these talents look and seek out Paul Heyman and his advice and his creative? If Roman Reigns is feeling that way, then I think the majority of the locker room feels that same exact way. Because why would Reigns lie? AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. This was something I was looking forward to. And what they did here was, it's always good. I mean, there's nothing really groundbreaking about it. It's Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles in the main event of SmackDown. Cesaro joined the commentary team here. Then all of a sudden, Sami Zayn walked around ringside. He was holding up various signs. He's now this conspiracy theorist. He thinks everybody's against him. One sign said Big E is not his IC champion. Big E eventually came out. And Michael Cole says, oh, look at this. Big E's coming down to the ring. He's got to be considered an odds-on favorite for the Royal Rumble. Yeah. In social media land, he's an odds-on favorite. But he's not winning the Royal Rumble. Big E took off his jacket, put the IC belt on the steps, clotheslined Sami. He then threw Sami at Cesaro. Cesaro got out of the way, then shoved Big E. They started a brawl at ringside. Bryan dove through the ropes at Cesaro and Sami. Styles threw Bryan back into the ring. Sami attacked Bryan in the ring, and this prompted a disqualification. So Daniel Bryan wins in 11 minutes. Now, there was plenty of time left in the show. So when they went to commercial break, I knew where WWE was going with this. And when we came back from commercial break, we got Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Cesaro versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Daniel Bryan, and Big E. Because Nakamura ended up coming out, evening the odds for the babyfaces, and then we get a six-man tag. Now, I didn't mind Bryan and Styles. I don't even mind the six-man tag. I actually enjoy all of these guys involved. Sami, AJ, Cesaro, Shinsuke, Bryan, and Big E. I don't have a problem with that. I wish WWE would actually do something fucking different instead of starting a match, having all these guys run out, and then go to commercial break, and then come back from commercial break, and all of a sudden we got a fucking multi-man match, six-man tag, eight-man tag, 10-man tag. I don't believe what's created with these fucking tag team matches. Why do we have to get everybody on the show? You couldn't let Bryan and Styles go out there for 25 fucking minutes? So we get this six-man tag. What do you think happened? I didn't mind the one-on-one. I didn't even mind the fucking three-on-three. This goes to a no contest. Cesaro was rallying against Big E, coming back with a big corkscrew uppercut. Looked beautiful. He set up for the neutralizer. Big E backdropped out of it. Big E then landed a Uranagi out of the corner. Big E began doing his New Day rocks, right? Then The Miz comes out. Then The Miz and Morrison come out. They beat up Nakamura at ringside, charged into the ring, went after Big E for what happened earlier in the show. The referee called for the bell. No contest. So now we got Sami, AJ, Cesaro, Miz, and Morrison. We got 5 heels. Nakamura, Bryan, and Big E. Who's coming out to even the odds here? We got Otis running out to make the save. He attacked Miz and Morrison. Graves thinks that the Royal Rumble is right up Otis's alley. That Otis could thrive in the Royal Rumble. We'll see. I doubt Otis lasts 10 minutes. Otis splashed Miz and Morrison in the corner. He did the caterpillar. They went to another commercial break. Why was Otis in his wrestling gear? Was Otis scheduled to be on their show? Why is he running out in his wrestling gear? We didn't hear a fucking peep from Otis at the 9:45 hour. Looks ridiculous to me. Miz, Morrison, Sami, Cesaro, and AJ versus Big E, Daniel Bryan, Nakamura, and Otis. So now we have a 5-on-4 tag team match. So they're obviously doing all of this to set up for the Royal Rumble. It's every man for himself. You got friend versus friend, foe versus foe, friend versus friend, foe versus foe. I heard it all. There'll be betrayals, best friends battling best friends. Whatever. We heard it all. All through the years of watching the Royal Rumble. Like this is our first merry-go-round, Vince. Why do you take your fans to be blithering idiots? Like we never watched a fucking Royal Rumble match before. So all of a sudden we get this 5-on-4. And Sami tagged in. He was about to go after Bryan late in the match. And then all of a sudden, Sheamus's music hits on the PA. He charges out, and Sheamus joined the match, beat up Sammy, applied a Texas cloverleaf. Morrison gave him a kick to the back of his head. Otis then got involved. Cesaro jumped him. Big E gave Cesaro a big ending. And this was sheer chaos. Sheer chaos. Sammy cleared the ring with the Blue Thunder Bomb, several of them. Charged at Sheamus with a haluva kick. He missed. Sheamus countered with a bro kick for a 1, 2, 3. So let me get this straight. We go from AJ Styles to Daniel Bryan to a 6-man tag to a 5-on-4 handicap match, and then Sheamus comes out to win a match that he had absolutely no involvement in. For what? To sell me on a Royal Rumble? I mean, I would rather them just do the big gold wheel. The tumbler. Why do you got to sell me on, let's get all these guys in the Royal Rumble to really make believe that it's going to be chaos on Sunday night? We don't need all that shit. This is WWE being disingenuous. This is WWE overbooking, overcompensating. This is WWE getting lazy. Let's get everybody excited for the Royal Rumble. Let's have 12 guys in the ring and give them the impression that it's going to be exciting on Sunday night. This ended up being a fucking Friday night, Monday Night Raw. This is the type of shit that you'd see Bruce booking on Monday night. Illogical fucking garbage. This show wasn't half bad up until the Bryan and Styles match. Then it completely went off the fucking Braun Strowman rails. So we got Braun Strowman coming out. His music goes off. He charged through the ring, knocking the heels all over one after another. Power slam Sammy, then he went after Cesaro. Graves was shilling him in the Royal Rumble. We may be looking at the winner of the 2021 Royal Rumble. Now, granted, Braun Strowman looks fantastic, but he ain't winning the Royal Rumble. And God forbid if he wins the Royal Rumble. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to be doing. Watching the Strowman Express going into WrestleMania. If I'm on that fucking train, I'm jumping off. He stands tall, as if they need one big fucking last push for the Royal Rumble. Braun Strowman, another one who just came out in his fucking gear. Was he waiting on standby? He's like, I'm going to pick I know this is going to end up in a 10-man tag. I'm going to pick my time. I'm going to come out at 9:56 and deliver 3 power slams. Or he's standing there in his fucking wrestling gear. Fucking ridiculous, man. This show, man, completely went off the rails. With sheer stupidity. Bruce, what are you doing, man? Fucking awful. It really is. I get enough on Monday night. I don't need it on Friday night. Anyway. Moving on. We got some super chats to go over, guys. I really appreciate all of you hanging out with me. What are we doing in this chat, man? What are these fucking trolls? Look at this. Why are you coming in the chat and spreading this fucking spam, this random spam? I mean, this is how you spend your Friday night, by sitting in somebody's live stream spamming fucking keyboards like a fucking idiot? What a fucking dummy. Thank you guys for being here, man. Appreciate you. If you guys came for the review and you are going to head out, man, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Off the Script. Some of you guys don't like the super chats. You don't stay for the super chats. There's always something entertaining with the super chats, man. So if you want to hang out, hang out. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Off the Script. Episode 362, I believe. Is it 3? I think it's 360. 362, 363, whatever. It's Royal Rumble weekend, man. I'm fucking tired already. So make sure you guys go and check that out. If you want to hang out, let's go over these super chats, man. Again, thank you so much. Hit those thumbs up, subscribe. You all know the deal. Sean Planet Stasiak. Do you think Jericho should have won the 2012 Royal Rumble over Sheamus? And why was Sheamus pushed so hard in 2009, 2010? Yes, I do think Jericho should have won. And Sheamus is great. Sheamus is different. Sheamus is a legit guy. I'm a big fan of Sheamus, man. I love the legitimacy he brings to everything he does. He's a great promo. He's got a great look. Can't go wrong with Sheamus, man. I don't think he's a main event guy at this stage of his career, but he's always one of those guys that you put in there and it just adds a nice level of legitimacy to it. Ryuth Wildfire. Sunday Night Heat is better than today's WWE. I would have to agree. Ulysses, $5 super chat. I got a feeling this Rumble will possibly be horrendous. Do you know about that event WWE had this week? I ask because your feared prediction may happen. Oh, you mean the India Showdown? The Superstar Spectacle. Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal! The modern day Phil Uraha! Will he win the Royal Rumble? No. God forbid he wins the fucking Royal Rumble, man. I may have a goddamn fucking stroke on stream. Listen, I would take Jinder Mahal over Bill Goldberg any day of the week, man. Because remember, fuck Bill Goldberg. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Kenley Pierre, $2 super chat. A prayer in hope Dickberg loses Sunday night. I don't know what's going to happen in the WWE title match, folks, but I'm pretty confident Bill Goldberg will not be entering the Royal Rumble, and he will not be winning the Royal Rumble. JP5150, $5 super chat. So we had something good about this show, from Bayley, Bianca to Roman, KO, even Bryan, AJ. Then the DQ happened. Fuck my life. Hashtag OTS, hashtag source of truth. Yeah, man, it wasn't a bad show. And then Bruce just completely said, how could we fuck this show up? And that's exactly what he did. Tenorio128 with a $5 super chat. What are your top 10 favorite matches from the Royal Rumble? Bro, I'm not sitting here going over the top 10 matches from the Royal Rumble. I'm not. You need to let me sit on that for a little bit, bro. That's a long-winded question. That's not going to happen off the top of my head. But I appreciate you. Mr. Cake, $5 super chat. I've had Bryan winning since the Royal Rumble was said to be in Seattle. Someone told me tonight Edge has a bigger reason to win over Bryan. He said redemption. The fuck does Edge have to do with the Royal Rumble? His redemption should be against Randy Orton. Edge's redemption has nothing to do with the Royal Rumble. Edge wants to do it for himself. Bryan has more of a reason to win the Royal Rumble because he's never won it. Edge has. Edgar Estrada with a $100 super chat. I love you, brother. Are we live? He says. You better fucking believe it. JD, bro, I missed hearing you live. Sup, OTS fam. Hope you're all doing great. Moving and work reopening at the same time was a big mess. Hoop Media, thanks for the care package. The cookies looked so good. Drinks on me. OTS for life. We got some damn good fucking cookies, bro. Let me tell you. Hoop Media got OTS cookies that were given out to all patrons and VIPs. Some good shit. Edgar, thank you for the $100 super chats. You guys are awesome. You know, I didn't really tell anybody. I mentioned something on Twitter, you know, and I feel like I could tell you guys anything. I take what I do very seriously, man. I am such a perfectionist. Sound's got to be right. You know, the looks got to be right. My notes got to be right. Everything's got to be right. Ever since I started going live, man, it's been such a hit with everybody. I was always afraid to go live because I'm just so I don't have that self-confidence live. I felt like it was something that I could do better if I pre-recorded and then uploaded it, but the live atmosphere is so much better. And it's easier for me as a content creator because I could just record it, it goes live, I don't have to worry about it, put ads on it, good to go. But then I look at everybody in the community, man, there's so many people going live now, and everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody looks the same, everybody sounds the same. I mean, nobody sounds like me because I'm the fucking best in the entire community. But everybody's doing the same fucking thing. You got some shitty layout, right? At least I got Salrex doing my shit. It looks fucking great. Thumbnails are fucking ridiculous looking. See all these geeks doing the same thing, wanting to be podcasters. Like, what makes you stand out from everybody else that's live? Everybody that is doing the same thing you're doing. So, something that you guys don't know about me, I watch some video game streamers from time to time when I'm in the office doing some shit. I got something else on that I'm either listening to or paying attention to. I'm a big Dr. Disrespect fan. I think what he does is fantastic. And I'm actually getting intros and outros done, and then we're getting a brand new green screen layout done. And when I tell you this is Dr. Disrespect style, it's gonna blow everybody away, man. Your super chats tonight are effectively going towards paying for this new look. And when you see it, and when you see the vibe of the new live streams coming this year, man, you're gonna be blown away. Imagine if I could I know how I am live. I know what my work is. I know how great it is. But imagine if I have the look to back that up. How great the live stream experience is gonna be, man. I'm telling you. We're gonna be the Dr. Disrespect of the IWC. It's gonna happen. Believe me. Raul! I know. Watch. Can't wait. I can't wait. I got a glimpse of what's to come. I cannot fucking wait to see everybody's reaction, man. It's gonna be so awesome. Edgar, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Mr. Cake, $2 super chat. Jay White's main priority is being close to home. We know. His main priority should be staying away from WWE. Jacob Donnelly with a $100 super chat. Here's a good luck super chat that a certain Bill doesn't walk away with the gold at the Royal Rumble. Listen, Jacob, A, I love you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Number two, we could see Bill win the title, but I don't know what he does with the title at WrestleMania unless John Cena chases 17 through Bill. I don't see that happening. Because then what does Edge and McIntyre mean if that's where they're going? Edge doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble. Edge can win the Elimination Chamber. But with Goldberg, I don't think people should really be concerned. I think WWE is just doing it to get his match out of the way. What I am afraid is that they want Bill to look strong because they got 3 matches after this that they need to get him in. And they can't really shit on their investment in Bill. They need to make him look strong. But I have this feeling that I don't think we are going to see Bill Goldberg win the WWE title. I don't think we should be concerned. I think Bryan's winning the Rumble. I think Edge is winning the Chamber. And I think Goldberg is going to lose at the Royal Rumble. Tribal Chief with a Canadian $5 super chat. Hey, JD, what's your final 4 predictions for the Rumble? I have Styles, Bryan, Edge, Sheamus. For the women, I have Bayley, Bianca, Ripley, and Charlotte. Those are the 4 I would choose for the women. Bryan, Styles, Edge, and Sheamus. I'm going to go Cesaro, bro. Cesaro or Nakamura. Styles, Bryan, Edge, or Cesaro Nakamura. I don't know. I think they're pushing Cesaro a little bit more now. And they made a case for him on commentary tonight. I think Cesaro ends up in the final 4. Mr. Cake, wildcard rule will never be a thing, WWE. Thank you for the $2 super chat, brother. Maximus Sage became a new member, man. You guys can become new members as well. Thank you, Maximus. King Headquarters, $100 super chat. Off the Script is still the best podcast in the IWC. We were and will be for a very long time. King's Headquarters. Thank you so much, brother. Raging Girl Gamer with a $50 super chat. What's up, JD? I got 3 things to say. 1, fuck Bill Goldberg. 2, fuck Bill Goldberg. And 3, fuck Bill Goldberg. It's a beautiful thing, girl. You brought a tear to my eye. Love it. It's the best top 3 list I've ever seen. Laura Conway, $2.99. So happy to be here in this great stream. Thank you, Laura. Christopher Elliott, I told my Twitter friend your advice. She asked me to tell you thank you for the advice. She's feeling better now. Good man, Christopher. Good man. Paul Wu. That main event tonight was not it, man. Neither is Bruce's creator, bro. Neither is Bruce's creative, and neither is Bill Goldberg. Henley Pierre with a $2 super chat. JD, Brian Alvarez says we've got to watch out for Lana at number 30. Well, Lana's not going to be number 30 because WWE's either giving that to Tamina or Natalya. But Lana winning the Royal Rumble, shoot me now. I think the next beverage we drink on the CNC should be a shot of bleach, if that is the case. Mr. Cake, $2 super chat. That match is a red herring. What match are you talking about, Mr. Cake? Toxic Banana 99, $1.99 super chat. Arby's is still in business in 2021. Apparently it is, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who the fuck is eating fast food. Do you guys give a shit at all about your fucking health in the middle of a pandemic? Arby's is not the way to go, bro. Michael Reed with a $20 super chat, the one and only IWC Messiah. That gimmick is old, bro. Now I'm the IWC Tribal Chief. But thank you. I get what you mean. JD from NY. Appreciate you as always. Follower since 2016. So Jesse claims to have worn the Britt Baker t-shirt, which is a lie. So I hope to see it on Wednesday's stream. Thanks, Jesse, and fuck Bruce Pritchard. Well, Jesse thinks he's getting away with it. He's not. He was wearing an Adam Cole Bay Bay t-shirt. Actually, it wasn't a Bay Bay t-shirt. Adam Cole was on the shirt, and Britt Baker was on the shirt as well. They were facing each other, and it said Wednesday Night Wars. He needs to wear an official Pro Wrestling Tees Britt Baker t-shirt from her online site on Pro Wrestling Tees. But I don't know if that's going to happen because you can't rush ship. You can't really just go and get a t-shirt unless you're in their town and you go to the actual facility for pickup, same-day pickup. So Jesse's going to be waiting about 2 weeks on that t-shirt. JD23 with a $5 super chat. Might sound nitpicky, but to me, it would have been fine if Roman just got up and walked out instead of clicking a remote. It kind of felt out of place. Mr. 23, I think you are being nitpicky, bro, but I get what you're saying. I could appreciate that because I'm the same way. But like I said, Roman did what we all do on Monday night during Raw. Changed the channel. I see someone in the chat. Dirty little bastard. JD, no CNC sneak peeks tonight. No, because we actually filmed 70% of season 1 today. Excellent stuff. I was day drinking at 11 a.m. It's awesome. Can't wait to show you guys what's going on, man. We got some footage. We got some beautiful banter back and forth. We got guests. Wink, wink. Raging Girl Gamer with another $50 super chat. Wanted to say I love being a part of the OTS family, and now the OTS mod team really makes me very happy. Also, add me on PlayStation so we can play some Call of Duty or Destiny 2 when the new season comes out. I still gotta add Hologram, I think. I don't think I've added Hologram. I gotta add you and Hologram from the Discord, from the Twitch family. I know Hologram's been wanting to get some games with me, man, but I'm losing interest in Black Ops Cold War very quickly. I really am. Thank you, Raging Girl Gamer, for the $50 donation. You are super generous tonight, as is a lot of people, man. Your boy Chris with a $9.99 super chat. What's up, JD and the OTS family? Let's hope and pray that Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble on Sunday. I can also see Edge winning. If Edge wins on Sunday, does Edge win the WWE title at WrestleMania? Yes. Listen, Jesse, don't lie to my fucking people, bro. Don't lie. I'm disqualifying you from the contest. Go and get yourself a Britt Baker t-shirt, bro. Chris, Edge will win the WWE title if he goes up against McIntyre at WrestleMania. Yes. Also, you say, with a $4.99 super chat, just want to give a huge shout out to the tribal chief of the IWC. All you haters will acknowledge him as the tribal chief of the IWC. They do one way or another, and if they don't, they're just denying it. Fuck them. Johnny718 Bravo. $2 super chat. I am not excited about the Rumble this year. Trash. I can see why. I can see why, man. Ulysses with the $2 super chat. I'd be shocked if Jimmy Uso doesn't return Sunday. I'm thinking we see Jimmy. Mr. Cake, $2 super chat. Was KO still talking about Roman near the end? The end of his promo or the end of the show? After he walked away, I don't think he mentioned Roman Reigns anymore. Phil with a $19.99 super chat. KO cut one of the most passionate promos tonight. Is Daniel Bryan or bust at the Royal Rumble? Wouldn't mind Belair and or Bayley as well. Hey, Jesse, you're a heel. Just accept it. Love you, JD. OTS for life. Everybody on the live stream on Wednesday was pissed at Jesse. Everybody in the comments for the Wednesday night podcast on YouTube in the comment section was claiming that Jesse was nitpicking and that Jesse's a complaining little bitch. I don't see what the problem is. The man is giving his fucking opinion. You don't like the opinion, shut your mouth and watch the show. Discuss it in a respectful way. Oh, but I can't watch the show. JD's gotta be by himself. OTS has gone downhill. I want to see you tell me what I did tonight went downhill, you fucking moron. Rohit with a $40 something super chat. I don't know what currency that is, Rohit, but I appreciate you, man. JD, you are awesome. Love your podcast. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you very much, man. Michael Reed. Random question. Where's Cassius Ono now? Who fucking cares? He blocked me on social media for whatever reason. Never tweeted at him in my entire life. He's doing podcasts with Conrad Thompson now about his time on the Indies and in NXT. Conrad Thompson is monopolizing the fucking podcast realm. Scott Lewis, $10 Canadian super chat. I mentioned last year that apart from the winner of the Royal Rumble, whoever lasts the longest and whoever eliminates the most people should get a spot in the chamber. I think this is something they should do. Scott, I absolutely agree with you, brother. Whoever has the most eliminations in both men's and women's Royal Rumbles, and whoever lasts the longest should have the 2 spots immediately in the Elimination Chamber. I think that's great. I think that's awesome. Gives real meaning to people going out there and working their ass off. Kings with a $1.99 UK super chat. Maybe Kane and Bryan will reunite this Sunday. My name is Kane. No, thank you. Mayor Kane should stick to politics and stay away from my fucking television. I wish I could get more music on this fucking thing, man. I don't know what's copyrighted and what's not. These songs are, I guess, good to go. I got some great pilot songs that you guys would love. I don't know if I can play them on here. Teabag already blocked me on social media. That's nothing new. Christian Larson with a Canadian $5 super chat. Natalya and Tamina won the tightest baking competition for a chance at number 30. Natty served an amazing baked Alaska. Tamina made creme brulee. It's gotta be, bro. Maybe they held their own competition of beat Bobby Flay, beat Titus O'Neil. Tamina and Natalya had to go through each other, and then Whoever wins that goes against Titus. I don't know. Oh Man Productions, $5 super chat. JD, I love the Dark Alexa character, cheesy and all. LOL. Do you think they will make the Fiend and Fiend-S a championship power couple? Stay gold, bro. No. Been there, done that with Bray Wyatt and championships, and Alexa winning the Royal Rumble sounds like a terrible idea. Justin Striplin with a $9.99 super chat. WWE just announced the first match for the upcoming TakeOver show. Io Shirai versus Mercedes Martinez versus Toni Storm in a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Sounds like one of them is gonna pin each other and Io's losing the title. Or maybe Io pins Mercedes and then Toni Storm is left to take the title off of Io. I don't know. I'm not enjoying Toni Storm's heel turn, man. I'm telling you right now. I don't think she comes off as a heel. She's just a babyface in her natural setting. Looking at her cutting a heel promo is not really all that good. Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. JD, thoughts on the reports of Raw Creative being an Uno reverse card? Apparently, the only people with leeway are Triple H, Heyman, Bryan, Roman, and Wood. Mr. Cake, I talk about that on tomorrow's show, brother. It's one of the top stories on the show. Demeter Bullion, the real Roman, he says. Australian 269. Oi, JD, those $100 super chats are for me, yeah? Answer is yes. Demeter, the only thing that's for you is this. Thank you for buying my Dunkin' iced coffee tomorrow morning. Drawn 3XX, $5 super chat. This show suck. I have no idea what you mean, man. What show sucks? SmackDown or my show? Either way, thank you for the $5 super chat. You'll buy my egg and cheese wake-up wraps at Dunkin' tomorrow morning if you are really disrespecting me, clown. I guess he's not talking about me because then he just becomes a new member. I take back what I said, Drawn 3XX. You were clearly talking about SmackDown, and I'm a geek. Appreciate you. Micah, $1.99. What do you think about Championship Scramble back? The Championship Scramble sucks. I fucking hate the concept, just like I hate lumberjack matches. Mr. Premium with a $4.99 super chat. Do you have any idea why the join button for your channel doesn't show up for me? If not, it's cool. I don't know, man. I got some new members tonight. It might be on your end. Should be there. I appreciate you, Premium. Mr. Premium just became a patron at Tier 2. I got to get him his shit. I got to get Hoop Media his information. Edgar in the chat, brother, I don't know if I'm doing watch-alongs on Twitch. I think me and Hodge may be recording more CNC on Sunday. I don't know yet. If Hodge and I are not doing anything, then yes, I'll be streaming on Twitch. But I'll let you guys know. 64 Panth Q, how do you cook your steak with a $1.99 super chat? Medium. Not well done, not rare, not medium well, medium. And I like me a good skirt steak with chimichurri. Or a nice flank steak. Something that has minimal fat. Carlos Ortiz with a $1.99 super chat. If you ran WWE for one day, what would you change? Everything. Everything. Commentary, production, Bruce. More of those 4K cameras, though. Those 8K cameras. They look fucking awesome. Jericho8131, $5 super chat. Just sending my love out for you and your channel before the Rumble. Been a loyal goon since your legendary WWE 2K17 review, keep being great. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I appreciate you. Jericho8131. Awesome, brother. Larry Lockett with a $4.99 super chat. I'd please make a fuck Bill Goldberg t-shirt. Nobody's gonna wear fuck on their shirt, bro. It's 2021. You may get offended easily. Or someone may get offended easily. You may offend easily. You walk around with a fucking mask on, everybody's like, oh my God. You walk around without a mask on in New York City, forget about it. People are looking at you like you're a fucking Medusa. I don't need a fucking mask walking down the street to Dunkin' Donuts, man. It's right here. In Dunkin', I'll put my fucking mask on. When I leave the fucking establishment, I take the mask off. Edgar Estrada with another $50 super chat. What the fuck is going on tonight, brother? What is going on, man? This donation is from Laura Conway and the OTS family. We appreciate and love and support this great channel you built up. Jesse was a great addition to Wednesday nights. Hoop Media is a freaking beast. Want to welcome Raging Girl Gamer to the fam. Keep it real. Edgar, I love you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Demeter Bullion. Demeter Bullion, he says, the real Roman. JD, you asshole, I'll see you next week to give you a coffee fund. He got benched. Oh, man. Edgar, thank you so much, brother. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. I was talking about Tamina versus Natalya. Red herring. I ain't watching either way. And Machine, $5 super chat. After Bryan wins the Rumble, who would you put in the Elimination Chamber for Raw for #1 contender? I have no idea, brother. Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles. Raw sucks. And Mr. Premium just became a member, man. Mr. Premium just became a member. Thank you so much, Mr. Premium. Awesome, brother. Appreciate you. Guys, what a stream tonight, man. Oh, my God. King Monger with $2 super chat. I love to see Raquel Gonzalez push on the main roster. Sooner or later, man, she'll be there. She's awesome. Raquel Gonzalez is fucking awesome. But guys, thank you so much for everything. You blew me away with these super chats, man. My 3D artist is going to love the early payment. Wait till you guys see what I'm telling you, man. The live stream experience is going to be something that you will want to see over and over again. I'm telling you. It's going to be awesome, man. Guys, follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. If you've not signed up to social media and have a Twitter account, I urge you to do so, man. It's the best way to keep up to date on the channel. I like to really push myself towards 31,000 followers on Twitter. Make sure you guys do that. Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, all that stuff, man. Everything you need is linked down below. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Bonfire.com, t-shirts, mouthmasker.com/OTS for your masks, DrSquatch.com, use code SCRIPT at checkout for 20% off, and make sure you check the description for all the videos that you might have missed, and Patreon, patreon.com/JD-from-NY206. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. The turn has happened. Laughing my ass off. Guys, you know what time it is, man. That guitar solo is about to come in any second now. I'm getting in the Mustang. It's a balmy and humid 19 degrees in New York City. The windows are going to be down because I'm in a good mood tonight. I'm taking my cold beverage. I want you to turn that volume knob up to max. Let me see those guitar emojis in the chat, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Off the Scripts. See you guys later.